in trading, when it comes to the Forex style of trading, we have a couple different moving parts that make trading possible. So, and what those parts are is, we have us, the trader, and then we have the broker who we put our money with, um, kind of like a bank, right? And then we have the intermediary, which is the trading platform that connects us, the user, and the broker in between and actually gives us a space and a piece of technology to be able to click buttons and select trades and take trades and make money or lose money, right? And so without the trading platform itself, having a broker with money in it would just sit there. We wouldn't be able to actually make any trades. And then if we had us and a trading platform with no broker, we wouldn't actually be making any money because there's no broker to hold our money to actually put the money into the market and take the money out of the market and make our sells and make our buys for us. Okay. So there are hundreds of different brokers available in this space of trading. And so that's fine, right? We have a lot of choices of different brokers to use. Now, as far as trading platforms, there's really only a handful of trading platforms. And some of the types of trading platforms that we're familiar with, and we talk a lot about on our team and what we do, is Metatrader, right? And so Metatrader, there's Metatrader 4 and there's Metatrader 5, and those are trading platforms. They are not brokers. They connect to your broker. And then we also have, we have TradeLocker, which we're going to talk about today, which is also not a broker. It is a trading platform. And then a couple other trading platforms that are popular are C Trader and Match Trader. Okay. Those are the most popular trading platforms for Forex trading. Now, there are other types of trading platforms, but they are for trading other things like futures and derivatives and things like that. So if you've ever heard of like Ninja Trader or Trade or things like that, those are not for Forex typically. Okay. So with Forex, we have the ones that I just mentioned, probably a few other ones that are more obscure. And then some brokers have their own proprietary trading platform so that you have your broker and your trading platform are both one and the same. That is not as common. Typically, you got your standalone broker, you got your standalone trading platform, and then you have you executing your trades through the platform that connects to your broker. So, uh, in our group here, we mostly talk about MetaTrader. Okay. And so when I get people started on training on learning how to trade, we talk about, download MetaTrader on your mobile device, whether that is an iPhone, an Android device, or some type of tablet. Okay. And then, you watch a couple tutorials, figure out how to set up a demo account with one of those two, and then, start learning how to practice trade and then learn a strategy and implement that strategy by using a demo account on that MetaTrader platform and so forth. And we usually have you guys download that onto your mobile device because it's very simple. It's available in the App Store. It's free. It literally, you can download it and have a demo account set up in literally less than 5 minutes. Okay. And so that's why we do it that way. Now, MetaTrader 4 and MetaTrader 5 also offers that trading platform on a computer. They offer it on Mac, they offer it on PC. And the reason that we don't direct people there first is two reasons. One is most people who start out learning how to trade, they don't have, multiple screens set up and these fancy setups. They have typically a computer, right? And then they have a phone. Most everybody has a smartphone. Some people might have a tablet in addition to that. And sure, some people have multiple monitors, but most people don't. So in order to trade and also look at a screen at the same time, it's a lot easier to trade on one screen, which in this example that I'm talking about is your phone or your tablet, while you're looking at charts on what would be your computer screen. Okay, so that's one reason why we get people to download it onto their mobile device because it creates an additional screen that they can look at and take the trades on while they're looking at their computer screen for the actual charts and the actual strategy to know when to enter. Okay. And then the other reason is, which I alluded to is, if you were not on a mobile device, you'd have to be on your computer, and then you'd have to have, you'd be looking at the trading platform and you'd be looking at the actual chart with the strategy on it, and you'd have to go between the two on one computer screen if you didn't have to, and that would be a little bit more cumbersome. Okay, so that's why we elect to get people started on the mobile. Okay, now in addition is that the if you were to do MetaTrader 4 or 5 on a computer, it is it's kind of overwhelming. There are so many features, and it is just overwhelming. There's so many settings, so many options, and it's not very user friendly. It's not very intuitive on how to just figure it out. Right? You have to go do YouTube video after YouTube video after YouTube video and pause and rewind and go try to set it up. Okay. So in order to get people started quickly and learning how to trade right away, it's just easier to do it on the mobile. Okay. Now I know some people don't like the mobile because the screen is small and it's hard to see and you got to press the little buttons and stuff. But I traded for a year and a half on my phone before I decided to kind of figure out how to use MetaTrader on a computer. And I did just fine. Okay. And I know hundreds and hundreds, if not thousands of other people that have done it the same on the phone. But the reason I'm here today is to talk to you about how you can do this on a computer in a much more user-friendly way if you are so inclined. And so one thing I want to point out is with Chifu and the global market trade ideas, right? The FX global market ideas, those only work with a MetaTrader 4 or a MetaTrader 5, okay? So if you have a demo account with MT4 or MT5 and you have the tap to trade, we'll just call it tap to trade, then that's fine. Keep the demo, keep the tap to trade, practice on it, utilize it. If you ever want to start utilizing it on a live account, or if you're already utilizing it on a live account, that's great. You're obviously using it on a live account that offers MT4 or MT5 with that broker, okay? But we're going to talk about TradeLocker today, and that tap to trade is not compatible with TradeLocker. So, I have multiple brokers. You might have multiple brokers, but if you do not have tap to trade and you're not interested in it, then you can just scrap that whole part of, what I'm talking about, because it doesn't apply to you anyway. Okay. So what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about TradeLocker, which is a trading platform. Okay. There are hundreds of brokers available to trade on with TradeLocker. I'm going to talk about one in particular. I don't particularly endorse this broker. I don't have anything good to say. I don't have anything bad to say. This is just a broker that I have used before and that I know works with TradeLocker. And there are dozens and dozens of others, if not hundreds. Okay. And so what you want to do is, you can just Google this if you want. You could put, Osprey FX TradeLocker demo account. Okay, so right here, you're going to get this Osprey FX demo sign up. All right, and you would click that link. So that is this tab here. Okay, so we are on Osprey's website. They are a broker. Okay, they're actually a foreign-based broker. And what you want to do is you're going to have this information screen right here. You're just going to put your information in. So name, email, and then right here, it's going to say select platform. The only option is TradeLocker. And then you're going to be able to select currency. All right. So I selected USD. And then you have your leverage. Now I recommend at least 100. 200 it's good. 500 is unnecessary and unrealistic because you shouldn't be trading in a live account with 500. There's no reason for it. So I have 100 selected here. And then we have our starting balance. Okay. So, realistically, you might start with 100, 500, or 1,000. but give it a little bit more room in there just to, give you some wiggle room in the account to fool around and lose some money before you start actually figuring out how to take proper trades and hopefully start making money in this demo account. And then you select your couple boxes here, and then you're going to get an email sent to you when you do that. Just pull it up here. And you're going to see here, it just, I put Jimmy as my name. It's telling me that this is the link where I can go to access my demo account. This is the email I'm going to use to log in. The account number is actually not relevant. You're not going to need that. And then it's going to give you an account password. So I'm going to have an account password, and then it's going to tell you what server to put in. Okay. So if you wanted to go to enter all this stuff in, just click that link when you get the email. Okay. And then what's going to happen here is you're going to it's going to take you to a screen like this. Okay. So you're going to enter the email, and then you're going to enter the password that they gave you, and then the server here, OSP-demo, and then you're going to be able to log in. Oops. All right. Well, maybe I need to go find my right email and password. So give me a
It
second
was
here.
Yahoo. You had it set up as Yahoo, not ME.
Yeah, I just tried the Yahoo first.
Oh, I didn't see that. Sorry. My cat got in the way.
Yeah, I got multiple of these. So thank you, Joe, Jennifer. Okay. Okay. So when you log in, it may not look exactly like this for the first time because I just kind of came in here and put a couple EMAs on here. But if you're trading at all, and if you're trading on with me and on my team, part of the instructions that I give you right off the bat is go learn how to use TradingView. Okay. If you don't know how to use TradingView, you're going to have a really hard time learning how to trade, right? Actually, you're not going to be able to learn how to trade. So, TradingView is a prerequisite and a necessity in order to learn how to trade. Okay. I have a TradingView tutorial in our group, okay, in our Telegram, in the pinned post in the getting started. And it's about 45 minutes, I think. And you definitely want to learn how to use it because when you're on the GFU charts, these are trading view charts, right? So you need to learn how to manipulate trading view. You need to learn how to use these tools over here and change the time frames and draw trend lines and support and resistance, right? So you got to already know how to do that. It's one of the first steps. But when you come into TradeLocker, I've added a few EMAs here. These EMAs mimic a little bit what we have with Sniper. They're not exact because those settings are like proprietary, but the EMA wise, these are like pretty close. Okay. And then I just have my chart black, and that's how I like my charts instead of white. Okay. But as you can see, if you know TradingView and you're familiar, this is basically like TradingView, right? You got the TradingView logo here. This chart is built on TradingView. Um, and so what we can do now is it's very easy. I'm going to show you how to, make some trades and look at different pairs and stuff. But this makes it a lot easier if you do have, the ability to have two monitors, or, you want to switch between tabs on your browser between, like your indicator here, right? Like Sniper, and then your trading platform. This is going to be an option for you. And I had a lot of people request this, which is why I did it. Is, we have some more mature, distinguished people in our group who really aren't real good on the cell phone. So they wanted to be able to trade with a mouse and a bigger screen and stuff like that. All right. So this is for you. So it's pretty easy to set up as I showed you. And then once you're in here, you're already familiar with TradingView. And so over here, we have our different pairs that we can trade. And then down here is where we see our trades that are open. Okay. And if I go here, like positions, that would be the trades that are currently open. And then we have pending. So if I was to have made a pending order, they would show up under the pendings tab. And then I've already taken a couple little trades in here. So closed positions, and I can move this up so we can see more. These are like little trades I took. Okay. So you can see your trade history basically. And then over here you can make it for the week or the month or the year and or you can customize it. Okay, so this is just showing today. And I made $21 so far, right? And then so we're gonna go just back to positions and squeeze that down a little bit. And then so over here is where we would look at our currency pairs. So as many of you know, I like to trade US 30. So up here you can just type, US 30, and then you're gonna have some options come up. So I would just pick the US 30 regular. I honestly don't know what the difference between the pro and the regular is. On my broker, I do. On this broker, I can't find the difference. The mini trades a very small size, 1/100th the size of the regular. So when the Dow moves a penny, this one moves, a penny. Uh, Actually, when the Dow moves a dollar, this one moves a penny. Versus here, when the Dow moves a dollar, this moves a dollar with the smallest lot size possible. So this is what I would use. But when you type in what you're looking for and you right click, you can hit favorites, or this in this case, remove from favorites because it's already favorited. So you can go ahead and start favoriting things. Okay, I'm actually gonna unfavorite this one. Okay, and then let's say we were looking for NAS 100. So on the NAS, we don't have that pro option. We just have the mini and then the regular, and I've already favorited it. And then let's just say like I have gold XAU USD. I have that already on here. So I favorited that. And then let's just say US oil. If I wanted to trade that, I could right click, hit add to favorites. And then USD JPY, let's say currency pair, I could add that to my favorites. Okay. Now you don't have to add everything to your favorites, right? You can just go type it in and find it and trade it if you want. So let's do USD CAD. And so I won't favorite it, but as soon as I click on it, now the chart has taken me to USD CAD, right? So if I wanted to trade it, I could do it right here. Now up here, I have USD CAD. I'm going to delete that. And then up here to the right, and by the way, I'm going to show you guys where you can find the tutorials with for TradeLocker, so you don't have to like try to remember everything I'm showing you here. But I'm just kind of showing you quickly so you could see how kind of useful and user friendly it is. But up here, I'm going to click the little favorites, and now every pair that I favorited is here. Okay, so now if I want to trade something, I can just click on it, and now it opens it up to that chart. Okay, so in order to take a trade now, I'm going to show you. So right here is our little trade panel. Okay. And if we hit this little arrow here, we can expand it so we can have like all this other information. So what's really cool if you're used to trading on Metatrader on your phone is you don't, it's kind of a pain in the butt to set your stop loss. But with this, it's really easy, right? So let's just say that we want to take a sell on US 30. We're going to open up these stop loss and take profit buttons. Okay. And we're going to click the sell here, which makes the stop loss above and the TP below for a sell. And then we can just drag that where we want it. And we can drag this TP where we want it. And then we can change the lot size here to whatever we want. And then, I'm going to wait for candle close and I'm going to hit sell. Okay, so it's asking me if I want to confirm that transaction. So I left this on here on purpose so you guys could see it because it's going to ask you every time you go to open a trade, close a trade, adjust a trade. So I would just always do one click. Okay. All right. So now I'm in the trade. Gives you a little open red arrow here, means that's when you open the sell. Okay. If it was a buy, it would give us a little open green triangle, and that's where we would open the buy. Okay. And then it's very faint here, but if you can see here, there is a faint dotted line right here. That is the stop loss. and then down here it's a faint green line, and that's the TP that we put in. Okay. And then so we could just let the trade run. Obviously, eventually it's going to come up and hit our stop, or it's going to go down and hit our TP, and then the trade's going to be closed, and that's that. But as the trade starts to move, we can move our stop loss. So when I click where it is, it kind of brings it up. And now if I drag it, I can move it wherever I want. Okay, so that's useful when a trade starts to run in profit and we want to trail the stop loss. We could just trail it down, behind a candle or behind, this little pullback right here, however we want to do it. And then once you have it pulled or moved to wherever you want, you just hit confirm. And then now the new stop loss is right here. The TP is still down here, right? And then let's just say you threw your TP on, kind of haphazardly just to get it on there. But now that you looked at the charts, you realize that you're going to take TP at the bottom of these wicks right here. It just makes more sense for you, right? So you're going to do that, hit confirm. Okay. And then if you don't like the way the trade's going, or it's in profit, or you're losing, or whatever, and you want to close it over here, you just hit the X, and now the trade is closed. Okay. So we got the closed full green triangle for closing the sell. Okay. So another way to take these trades down here is instead of just dragging the stop loss up and down like I showed you, this time we're going to do a buy example. So the TP is going to be above, the stop's going to be below. What we're actually going to do is like a set number of pips, right? So these are called ticks. There's just a little something you got to get used to. And on US 30, I like to use a 25 pip stop loss. So in ticks, that's 2,500. Okay. So it's basically $25. So you can see here the price is on 292. My stop is on 267. It's going to eventually fluctuate and not be exactly 25. But right now I have it set at 2,500 so that I can have my stop in there as soon as I enter this trade. And then I like to have a 50 pip TP, which would be 5,000 points. Okay. And then you can hit buy. And then now you can see the stop is down here at precisely, 2,500 points or 25 pips. And then I have my TP up here. And then, of course, I can always come down here and start moving it when I feel the need. Okay. So that's a good way to be able to get the exact stop and the exact TP that you want right at the moment that you're entering the trade. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and close that as well. Now, one of the other things that I'll show you here is different brokers have different contract sizes for their trading instruments. So for instance, like on gold or on oil, every broker is going to have a different value to each lot size. Okay. There's not in Forex, it's pretty universal. 100,000 units is the contract size on Forex. And when it comes to crypto or commodities, metals, indices, anything like that, every broker is different. Okay. And so one of the cool things about TradeLocker is that you can program in here the percentage that you want to risk, okay, without having to know what the lot size would be with this broker. Okay. So let's just say we want to buy here and we open up this trade panel over here and we're going to do market. And we're going to just throw our stop and our TP on the screen real quick. But down here where it says risk, you're going to open that box up and you're going to say that you want to risk 2%. Okay. So it has already automatically calculated for me that my lot size with this stop loss, actually, let's move the stop down here. So it has calculated for me that in order to risk 2%, of $1,000 account, which is roughly $20, I need a 0.06 lot size. So I didn't have to figure that out, which is pretty cool. So if this trade goes against me and hits my stop, I know exactly that I'm risking 2%, and I didn't have to do any math or figuring it out, right? So that is another cool feature. So we'll just go ahead and hit buy here. So we got our stop down here, our TP up here, okay? And then obviously we got entered in up here because the spread here. Okay, then another thing we can do is if we want to do a pending order, right? So we like this for a buy, but we think that it's kind of ran away from us a little bit, and we want to wait for it to come back, okay? So instead of a market execution, which means take the trade right this second, we can do a pending order, which means if price pulls back to right here, I want that pending buy to activate, right? So you can just do that, and then that's a buy limit. You set it. So now I have a buy limit right here pending. And if price comes and pulls back to here, it's going to pull me in the trade at a better position than it currently is, right? And then down here, we talked about how we have our open position right now, currently in drawdown. And then we have over here, there's a tab for pending, and we have pending here. So we can see here, the parameters of that pending, where the stop loss is, where the take profit, the size, the lot size, and so forth. Okay. And then if we wanted to get rid of that pending, we could just close it here. Or if we wanted to edit something in that pending, we could just hit edit, and we could edit the lot size, or, edit the price that we're waiting for it to come back to, or anything like that. Okay. And then same thing with the open position is you can edit the open position. So you can edit basically the, how many ticks for your TP or your stop loss. And then also you can do like a partial close. So right now we have a 0.07 lot size. So we have room to do a partial close. So if we hit this close, it closes the whole position. If we hit this close, we can just choose to close like 4. Okay. And so now we have 3 left over here because we closed 4. Okay. So you can see we opened it on this candle. We closed it on this candle. So that's why we got that red triangle closed. And then part of the trade is still running. Okay. So we're going to just close that. And then we're going to come to the pending one, and we're just going to get rid of that. Okay. So I know I kind of went over this quickly, but you can kind of see how cool and easy it is to trade on this. And if you had 2 screens and you had your sniper on one side and you had this TradeLocker on the other side, because basically, you know, do a little lesson here on what we should already know if we're trading is, so right now I'm looking at NAS 100. So we'll pull up NAS real quick here. So I'm looking at NAS on the 1 minute. Let's resize this chart real quick. So typically when we're, on 2 screens, or when we're using a strategy like Sniper, is we're looking at the strategy. And then if for whatever reason we believe that at the close of this candle, we have a confirmed entry for a buy if this candle stays green, right? Everything else is passed, which isn't true in this case, but just for example, right? So in 4 seconds, we have a confirmed buy. So you're looking at this on one screen, and then over here, as soon as it closes, you hit buy. And I'm a little late because I'm training and I'm like 5 seconds late. But that's how we do it, right? And so when you have 2 screens open, you can be looking at one and then confirming that you're going to be getting in a buy as this candle right here is painting. And then you can see the seconds counting down, and then boom, we hit buy, we're in the trade. And then obviously we need to set a stop loss and a TP, which we can do also right here. So we go to, so this trade's open. And if we take our cursor and we hit this plus sign, we can put stop loss. Okay. And then up here, we could hit the cursor, hit the plus sign up here, hit TP. So if you don't do it ahead of time, you can do it after like that also, which is cool. Okay. All right. So let me look at my notes here. Okay. So that's pretty much it, right? I mean, it's not super in depth. I just wanted to be able to introduce you guys to another way to trade in on demo, especially for people who are new. And then if you want to trade with TradeLocker live, then all you got to do is find a broker that uses TradeLocker, if that's what you want to do. So I'm going to show you one more thing here. So on YouTube, if you just go to TradeLocker official, so you'll be able to make sure you find TradeLocker here, like the TradeLocker account, and then just go to videos, and you're going to be able to see like all the different training videos. Like some of these are really short, like how to set price alerts, 34 seconds. Okay. Some of these are not really relevant because they talk about other things. But if you are looking for something, so right here, um, you know, let's just say time zone. So how to change time zone, right? So whatever, how to make a place a stop loss, how to do whatever. You can just type it in here and you're going to be able to find it, okay? Or you can just scroll down and look at some of the titles of stuff that you might find interesting on what you want to learn how to do. Because mostly, on TradeLocker, everything is similar to TradingView, but obviously there's some extra features, which is what makes it, its own trading platform. Otherwise, it would just be TradingView, right? So some of the things you might have to search up on how to set up or, how to use the trade panel and all that. But you're going to be able to find it on the YouTube channel. They got a huge library of stuff. And you'll be able to see like which stuff is pertinent to actually learning how to use the app, and what other stuff in here talks about like trading strategies and contests and things like that. So you can kind of filter out what you think is important that you want to learn from their YouTube channel. But that's where you're going to be able to get all the stuff. Also, I mean, if you were to just search YouTube for like Trade Locker tutorial, and you might get somebody who's like myself, unaffiliated with TradeLocker, who's walking you through like a tutorial of all the basic features. You'd be able to find that as well. All right, guys, that is it. But I'm gonna let you guys chime in if you have any questions, and then if we don't, we'll just end it.
Oh, I'll chime in, maybe, if you can see me.
Yeah,
It's Paul. One of the things to realize is TradeLocker is it's newer, so it's adding features a lot of times. When they first started, they didn't have alerts and some of these things. So they do a lot of maintenance on Sundays. And the other thing I saw is they had something about trading bots. I know we're not talking about that, but just some of the things that they're adding. So they keep adding stuff to make it better. So I've been using it for a while, and it's just they didn't have alerts. Now they do. When you hit that little plus that Jim showed, it has alerts. So you can set alerts now. So it's good. I like it.
yeah, good point. One of the reasons that MetaTrader has been so popular is MetaTrader's been around for almost 25 years. And it's been the primary way to trade Forex for those past 25 years. And because it's been around for so long, there's been a lot of stuff built around it, lots of add-ons that, software add-ons, they call them EAs, expert advisors, bots, built all around being able to trade on TradingView, or I mean on the MetaTrader. And so they've kind of monopolized the market. But now, TradeLocker's come out here in the last about 2 years, I think. And like Paul said, I mean, they've really just been adding features and features and features. You didn't used to be able to do a trailing stop, and now you can do a trailing stop and stuff like that. And so now they're being able to add that if you wanted to add, like algorithm trading or bots, they're now opening that up, to be able to do on TradeLocker, which is cool too. Not for us necessarily, but at least it shows that the company is innovating and constantly growing and stuff. Okay. Any other questions or comments or anything?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
In TradingView, why can't you use TradingView and connect a broker to TradingView? Can you do that?
So you can, okay, and especially since are you down under
No,
Australia and New
I'm in
Zealand?
Canada.
Oh,
Canada?
Canada. Okay, so Canada, I'm not sure, but possibly. In the US, we cannot trade um, with a US broker certain assets like gold and US indices. Um, we can't trade them as a CFD or this Forex style of trading. And then, therefore, if you were to go to TradingView and you were to try to get a broker to trade US 30 as a US citizen, you wouldn't be able to. Now, you could do it with futures, but now we're talking totally different. I mean, it's not totally different, but it's different. Okay. And so, but I'm not sure if in Canada you can do that because the US is where the stipulation is, right? And maybe some other countries have that stipulation too, where you can't trade CFDs, otherwise known as Forex, with US brokers. And then because TradingView wants to adhere to and appease the US law, they won't let US based users, put a broker that isn't US to be able to trade those things. So that's why we can't do it. But TradeLocker lets you do it with any broker in the world, regardless of who the broker is or regardless of where you're located. And so that's why it works with TradeLocker. But yes, I know that people have done it with TradingView in other countries. Not sure about Canada though,
Right.
but
Okay. Makes
but not
sense.
in the
Yeah, makes
US.
sense.
Yeah, and
Okay.
Osprey is switched to TradeLocker. That's why I started using it.
Yeah, exclusively. Yeah, some brokers give you a choice of what platform you want to use, and they have multiple choices. And Osprey, about a year and a half ago or something, switched to TradeLocker exclusively. Yeah.
Can I
Okay.
ask another question?
Yeah.
So, I'm not familiar with MetaTrader 5. I'm just starting off. But one feature I like in the trading view is moving your stop loss and your take profit, right on your screen. You don't have to punch any numbers in. So MetaTrader 5, you can't do that, right? You have to manually do the numbers.
So, MetaTrader 4, well, it depends. Are we talking phone or computer?
I guess for phone.
Yeah, so for phone, MetaTrader 5 is actually much more user friendly. Um, you can drag your TP and your stop anywhere on the screen, and then just you got to hit one extra click after you drag it to
Okay.
confirm, which is very useful. And you can resize the screen a lot better than you can on MetaTrader 4. When you're on a computer, MT4 or MT5, you can drag the TP and the stop anywhere. But on the phone, MT5 is much better for that.
Okay. I wasn't
Um,
sure because that's a really cool feature where you can on TradingView you just move. It's really simple to move the stop loss and
yeah, you'll find it similar on MT5. One
okay.
thing about MT5, which is why we don't necessarily put a lot of people onto that platform right out of the gate, is because typically people are starting out brand new and they're doing demo trading, and it's just been real difficult finding a demo broker for MetaTrader 5. MetaTrader 4, you can just find dozens and dozens and dozens of demo brokers
Right.
that'll let you go in there and set up a demo account at the click of a couple buttons. But MT5 is a lot harder to go in and sort through the hundreds of different brokers, and there are some. I know Eagle FX is one. But to be able to sort through all the brokers that offer the pairs that you want, do they offer crypto? Are the spreads decent? Do they offer US indices? and how are those spreads and so forth. And then, and do they even offer a demo account? Because probably 80 to 90% of them on MT5 don't offer a demo account. So it is actually a better platform to open a live account on, but we just push everyone to 4 because it's easier to set up a demo account
Right.
at the
Makes sense.
beginning.
Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah. All right. Okay. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.